It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. Next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the heart of Texas and the spectacular AT&T Stadium in Arlington. With Greg Olson, Mike Tirico up here in the booth. So glad that you are along with us. Greg got a couple offenses here that love to take their shots down the field, so the defenses really have their task right in front of them if they want to win this game.
Yeah, no question. I think as many of the matchups that we've dove into this entire week, it really comes down to which defense puts a lid on the opposing passing game and prevents as many big plays as possible. We see it week in and week out. The correlation between generating big plays, especially through the air, directly leads to the ability to score points. So make teams go the long way. You know, the defensive old saying is, make them snap it again.
The veteran kicker, Graham Gano, puts it on the tee. And off we go from spectacular AT&T Stadium. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
And here we see Dak Prescott taking the field, Mike, coming off what a lot of people thought was an MVP caliber season. He finished runner-up, of course, to Lamar Jackson. And people love to nitpick Dak's game. I don't know if it's because he plays for the Cowboys and people love to hate. But regardless, he is as talented as they come. He is the leader of that team. He needs to have the postseason success that he has found in the regular season. Once he does that, I'm not sure what's left to nitpick.
That one good for a dozen and a very quick first down. They'll stay on the ground. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Doesn't matter the level of football, Mike. If they can't stop it, keep running it until they can. And I think that's what we're seeing here on this drive. Back-to-back explosive gains on the ground. Got to imagine at some point the defense gives it a different look.
Right back to him on first down. And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain.
At some point, the offensive line cannot just be dependent on the perfect play call. Somebody has to win. Somebody has to distort the defense and create some space for the running back to run. In this case, nobody could win. Stop for no gain.
He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to third down. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
On fourth down, here's Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal try. That one's on target, and it is good! From the other side of midfield. One of the longest field goals in NFL history. Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. Eric Gray to return it. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They're led out by their rookie quarterback out of Ole Miss.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of this opportunity in front of him, Mike? But He has not been shy. He says, I know I can play at this level. I know that I can lead an NFL franchise, and we're going to get a shot to see it here, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. A run with the man out of Purdue. That's Tyrone Tracy. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a first down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
First and 10. On the give, it's Tracy. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
Back to the drawing board for this run game, Mike. The offensive coordinator and his staff, they have to do a better job giving plays, giving opportunities to their offense to find success on the ground. Because right now, they have no answers for this defense.
That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
So in regards to being used in the passing game, there's really two types of backs in this league. There's the check down back. He's able to just take the short gains and try to pick up more yards after catch. And then there's the back that can be used as a weapon. Man, when you got a guy like that in your passing game, it is a handful for defenses.
They'll go to the ground, and here's Tracy on first down. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Osa Odigizua there on the tackle. Here's second and 9. In motion, it's Robinson. No chance at all. He'll go down.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. He'll look to throw. Now, a screen set up for Tracy. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up fourth down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks. Gano's
kick is good. And the Giants will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
Field goals for both sides on their opening possessions. 3-3 as this one's kicked away. They play it short, take it at the 15-yard line. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The Cowboys offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start first and 10. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Sometimes there's just nowhere to go, right? We ask these running backs, Mike, to do a lot of work, find space, create something out of nothing. Well, this time, he was able to create nothing out of nothing.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He'll work forward to the 40-yard line. Javon Holland up to make the tackle. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Dak. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
On 4th down, the veteran Brian Anger on to punt for Dallas. Amir Smith-Marset goes back to return it. That is fielded at the 13. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Giants offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll look deep, left sideline. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd. And even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Open man, that's Slayton. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice play there by the defender, able to get his hand up on that ball and break up the pass. And frankly, if he's able to come down with that catch, he'd be playing offense.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. All even, 3 apiece, the score. We're back to Arlington in a moment. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
The motion there, tight end Johnson. He's got his man. That's Slayton. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
A gain of 11 there as the decision to go for it pays off.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll run with Tracy. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves 1st and goal.
This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. From the 1, 2nd and goal. He'll keep this himself. And he will take it in himself. Touchdown, New York. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? And they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. And in this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in himself.
Now it's Graham Gano for the PAT. He's got it. And the Giants take a 10-3 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This one brought in at the 16-yard line. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. Just the lone field goal for them so far. Down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. And this ball's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back, because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception. And the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped it.
He'll find his tight end. That's Jake Ferguson. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Back to throw is Prescott. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll throw again. Dak. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
On third down, Prescott. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Giants offense. And their running back set to go once more. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. On the ground, here's Tracy. And he'll pick up 2 out to the 27. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? He'll drop to throw. He'll try to run for it.
That's a great job defensively. Even though they let him escape the rush initially, there was nowhere to go with either their ball or as a runner, and they're able to force 4th down.
So on 4th down, out is Jamie Gillen to punt for the Giants. Devontae Turpin to return for the Cowboys. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Cowboys offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. They'll begin here on the ground, and he'll get about 5. Two minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I back to Arlington at AT&T Stadium after this. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. He'll tuck it and take off. Dak wisely hits the deck at the end, but he slides after picking up the 1st down. 14 yards on the pickup there.
A quarterback who can extend the play with his legs, Mike, is just such a key element to today's modern offenses. You can see there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, but he decides to turn into a runner, picks up a great gain, and ultimately a first down.
First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter. So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Now a 3rd and 2. Prescott again. That one intercepted. Picked off by Tyler Newman. Inside the 30. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Giants. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick six.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. Extra point by Gano is up and good. And the Giants move out in front by the score of 17-3. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Cowboys offense going to take over just before the half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
That is brought in. And he will score. Touchdown, Dallas.
That is just a complete disaster. I mean, we're in the final seconds of the first half, Mike, and you give up a huge explosive play that results in a touchdown. No matter what you've done all half, it completely changes the game.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Cowboys are able to cut into the lead. It's now 17-10. Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. They do try to run it out as they start on the ground. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. Mozzie Smith, the former first-round pick, makes the play. So we reach halftime here, and the visiting Giants are out on top. As we'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Ray gonna return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Giants offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Now it's Tracy looking to run. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They dropped him in the backfield.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Pass pulled in by Tracy. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up. Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. A gain there of 11. That's good for a Giants first down. Now they'll set up to throw. Connects with his big tight end, man Hurts. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. That's to Robinson. He's got it. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the safety, Malik Hooker. And a nice return here as well. He is out of bounds near the 40.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Cowboys offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Drive will start on the ground, and he'll get up beyond the 40 to the 41-yard line. Tyler Nubin is there for the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's a toss as they look to run. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Here's the Giants offense. Now they get set to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Bellinger, the tight end, is the one in motion. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. They'll throw out of the gun. He'll go underneath here. The running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
A carry here for Tracy. A nice pickup, moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
On the zone read, a give to Tracy. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
Wow, I mean, he's going to be disappointed he wasn't able to take that all the way, but that's still a heck of a run. In the end, after a good tackle to save the touchdown, they're still going to be set up with 1st and goal.
So the big play gets him down close. And now it's 1st and goal. In motion, it's Robinson. They run on the jet sweep, and he will take this one across into the end zone. Wan'Dale Robinson. Touchdown, New York. Now, Gano for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Giants move out to a 24-10 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Short kick taken just inside the 20. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The home team's offense about ready to take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Pass completed right side to Ferguson.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll run it for the first time with Javonte Williams. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5. In motion, Lamb. Dak going to throw it here on first down. He's got the open man. That's Jalen Tolbert. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. To the outside. Catch made by Pickens. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Dak. It's into the hands of Pickens once again. And he's going to be taken down.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it with Williams. And he will score! Game on! Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Cowboys. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
On for the PAT is Aubrey. He gets it to go. And the Cowboys back within 7. It's 24-17. So things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Giants offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. This one is caught by Robinson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll look to throw. He's got his man, that's Slayton. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. On the give, it's Tracy. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Open man, that's Slayton. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Darius Slayton. Touchdown, New York. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Gano on to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Giants will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. On the return, here's Turpin. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The home team's offense ready for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Prescott now. That's brought in right side by Pickens. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 31 yards.
These wide outside the number throws, this is where a quarterback really gets to show off his arm strength and arm talent. This puts a ton of pressure on the defense because now they say, all right, we have to defend every single blade of grass.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it, you start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. He'll throw again. Dak. Got a man. That's Tolbert. 10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. 1st down. Cowboys.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the two needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the fourth quarter. Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense, just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
So they go backwards on first down. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll stick with him again. He's to the 10. What a pickup, a gain of 18. And it sets up 1st and goal.
Wow, this is the advantage to having a really effective passing game, Mike, as the defense now tries to adjust to stopping you through the air. It's a lot easier to mix it up and run the ball. There's a lot less defenders in there trying to stop you.
From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. Prescott. Pass brought in by Ferguson. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. Here's another shot from the 6 at 2nd and goal. Up the middle they go. Not a lot of room to work there. Well played by the defense. And they set themselves up for 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. George Pickens. Touchdown, Dallas. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Gray gonna return it. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
Back to throw. That is caught. Hit down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. In motion, it's Robinson. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He'll look underneath here for Tracy. Nice job there defensively to keep him in front of the marker. It's going to bring up 4th down. The Giants sending out their punter as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And he looks up, and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. This is 1st and 10. Here's Dak to throw. Over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion. Paulson Adebo, the good coverage. Gets his hand in there to knock it away.
That's one of those plays where you come off the field, Mike, and you're getting a lot of high fives. Hey, good job. But then that secondary's coach pulls you over to the side and says, hey, nice play. But next time, let's come away with the pick.
This one is complete. It's Pickens. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Here's 1st down. To the air again. Prescott. And the rush gets there. Down he goes.
Every time a quarterback is sacked, everyone kind of looks around at the offensive lineman like, oh, come on, guys, pick it up. I don't think this was on the O-line at all. I think the quarterback is holding on to the ball too long. You know what they say, Mike? Sacks, those are quarterback stats.
Now, on 2nd and long. He keeps it himself. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
This offense still has the 1 timeout to use. 1st and 10 coming up now. And that would be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tyler Nubin.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
1st and 10. They'll run with Tracy. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And he's going to pick up a 1st down. Nice run to the 18-yard line. So a road win here for the Giants. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.